What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to CM Aviation. Hope you're on a fantastic day today, and today I have a very exciting unboxing for you all. I hope all of you are excited for this today. Today we're going to be taking our first look at Tiny Tugs Design ground service equipment. So I hope all of you are excited for this. I'm going to go ahead and take our two aircraft off to the side here. We'll bring them back here in a moment. And let's go ahead and shout out Tiny Tugs Designs. So if you don't know, Tiny Tugs Designs has some absolutely outstanding 1 to 400 ground service equipment. Be sure to check out the link in the description. Check out Tiny Tugs. They're absolutely awesome. And use that discount code CM Aviation for 10% off your order. Really appreciate the collaboration from Tiny Tug, and definitely go get yourself a discount, as it's really cool what they're doing with all this amazing ground service equipment. And today we have a bunch to take a look at. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and take a look, everybody. So definitely go check out Tiny Tugs CM Aviation for 10% off. So I have a great variety of items to show you all here today, and they really specialize in some unique portions of really cool GSE. The first here we're going to take a look at is these Frontier and Allegiant, and any, you can use them for any airline, of course, but they're color coded per these airlines. And they do have Spirit too. Ramp stairs, as we know, these low cost carriers really like to use these ramp stairs. So I'll go ahead and get these out for you all here in a moment. We have some really awesome catering trucks of different levels. You have some of the narrow body levels, some of the regional level, and then some of the wide body levels. So we're going to take a look at those as well. We have some really awesome various items in here. You can see we have a GPU, a belt loader, some actual ground carts, and we even have a pickup truck. So some really nice miscellaneous items in there. So really excited to show you all those. And last but certainly not least, we also have 4 narrow body pushback tugs. So really excited to show you all these. They're really cool, and I'm really eager to get the display going here. So as you can tell, I have a really cool layover layout here, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you all kind of the setup process of what it's going to look like. So I'll actually just do a nice little time lapse for you all here, so you can kind of see the the placement and how this all comes together. Ignore the Apple Watch box. I know it's not the best terminal in the world, but we'll kind of just put it together. So let me just go ahead and place these aircraft here, and I hope all of you enjoyed this time lapse very much of the setup of what we're doing here with Tiny Tugs Designs, and we'll get a look at all the intricate details of their products here momentarily. Stay tuned, everyone. Alrighty, everybody, take a look at these absolutely awesome products from Tiny Tug Designs. Just phenomenal detail. Like, I looked at this for the first time, like the various creases and indentations that were put on the ramp stairs and the pushback tugs and the catering trucks and all the items. I was just like, man, this is by far some of the best ground service equipment I've ever seen. And another really cool part of it is you can buy it all individually. So for example, like the pushback tugs, those were $12 for 4. You can get 4 ramps for $19. And obviously with the discount code CM Aviation, you can knock a couple more dollars off of that. So just feeling very fortunate for all of this here, and I'm gonna give you all a really good look at it. So we'll start with the Allegiant aircraft and then transition over to the Delta. And I'll kind of give you all a look, and I apologize, a thunderstorm's close, but it's not here. So that's the additional wind. So apologize about that. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and get started. So this is a really typical setup that you'd see right here at Punta Gorda, Orlando, Sanford, or Destin in my case. I'm gonna definitely be using a bunch of this at Destin. So here's an Allegiant Air Airbus A320, that new GeminiJets release, and I'll show you all detailed here a couple of the particular items that we're working with. So on the front here, you can see a little lav truck type piece. This is really cool, and these are gonna be awesome to represent the full details there. So I very much appreciate him getting that in there so we can take a look at that. We also have the narrow body pushback tug. I'm gonna go ahead and drive off this ramp a little bit so you all can get a better look at that. There it is. I really like this one with the wheels, and it's the bigger design here. I'll go ahead and show it off to the side here. You even got the windshield wipers and some of the various details. And I love how the actual yellow piece, the tow bar, is attached to it. So with the Gemini one, it's kind of tough sometimes to navigate it, but when that's already attached, it makes it way easier. So really appreciate him doing that. So just a beautiful piece overall, and I'll go ahead and show you all the other side of it as well. As you can tell, it's phenomenal in its detail. I love the lines on it. You even have the indentation piece and even the hitch piece back there. So just phenomenal detail, and it looks super nice. You can see the actual ramp stairs right here look amazing as well. So here those are, and I'll go ahead and pan it down just a little bit so you can get a better look at kind of what we're doing here on the ramp stairs. I apologize about that camera right there. As you can see, absolutely stunning. You can see how cool it is, and it's definitely really awesome with the yellow piece there on the actual stairs. And you can see each and every individual step detailed, absolutely amazing. And those are the creases I was kind of talking about. Like, each and every level progressively moves up, so I think that's really cool. And you can see the other side of it here. It even has the yellow on the base of it, which is really cool. just so detailed, so intricate, so impressive. And I just really want to highlight the detail here from Tiny Tugs Designs, because as you can tell, the level of realism is just outmatched. And I think these ramps are so cool. So very unique, Tiny Tugs. The only place you're going to find ramps of these detail. So definitely check out Tiny Tugs for the details on the ramps. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to go ahead and scoot the aircraft over here so you can see, the camera rather, the actual catering truck. I'll go ahead and pan that over to the back here so you can get a little bit better of a view of it. As you can tell, it's a really nice in regards to the height and so forth. So there's 3 various levels. So you have the ground level. This is going to be more of like your CRJs. Pan it up, there you go. This is going to be more of your CRJs and ERJs, along with, you know, any other smaller like MD-80 or so forth. So, and you can also use it in the demonstration to show that it's about to be elevated onto a mainline or wide body aircraft, which is really nice. I really like them fixed in a place like this. You know, Gemini ones are nice, but obviously it's really easy to mess those up sometimes. So then you have the mainline. This is here for your Airbuses, the Boeings, and so forth. So you can see that's what we have right there. And then I apologize, I don't have a wide body aircraft out, but this would be used on a wide body aircraft right here. And as you can tell, it elevate up to the aircraft. So it's really cool and very appreciative of the detail put in here. And I'll go ahead and drive back up the mainline one. So you can see that's what I'm representing here, which looks quite nice. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn the board fully over so you can see the back portion here of this aircraft. You can see the really cool belt loader. So the belt loader is real nice. I think you can get 4 of those for like $13. It's a really, really good deal, whatever the case is. So you can see that, and here's some various looks of that. There's a pretty good perspective there. So you can see how awesome that belt loader looks, and overall it is really cool. So definitely happy with the detail there. And here are the baggage carts along with the tractor. Pretty similar vibe to Jet Set. They look really nice, and I really appreciate his detail put in there. It looks really cool and very precise. I love the lights up there on the front of the tractor. I'll show you that a little bit better. So yeah, really good. You can also see the step piece there on the actual baggage here. Sorry, it's easy for it to move over there, so let me bring it over a little bit. Baggage piece there, that looks really nice on the step there, and then you have the actual baggage doors with the wheels. I think that looks really cool. And I'll go ahead and show you that catering truck a little bit better. Very nice put into place, and then the ramp actually looks really nice on it too. The connecting piece, nice fluid details. So just again, amazing effort, and this is gonna make the airports look so realistic with this additional GSC to complement what I already have. You can see here's an ops truck. It looks really cool. You got the flashing light on top, so very realistic to the actual details. That looks really cool, so very happy with how that came together. And then you can see here the lav truck. Very excited to finally have lav trucks. So I'll definitely get a bigger quantity in the next order, but really happy to get the feature one here. And as you can tell, it looks really nice, and you can see the various details that are put onto that. Yeah, the lights and the various bars and so forth. All of it came together very nicely, and then you can see the back piece actually there. So very important to get that cleaned off, and you can see all the detail that goes in there. And then on the right side here, you can see on my Delta A321neo 100 years, I have the baggage door hooked up to it. Or sorry, rather the baggage, one of the baggage loaders with the baggage belt down here. So that's very nice. So certainly really cool to see that. And a very similar setup on this side. So here's what it looks like from the right. However, the big difference here that you're gonna see is I actually have the GPU on this side. So cool to have the GPU. I apologize, I don't know the actual difference between the small one and the big one. I forgot off the top of my head, but this is definitely the GPU piece. And as you can tell, it looks quite nice. So very happy with how the detail came together on that. And yeah, it's just so cool to see. And then here are the Frontier ramps. Here's a really good view of them all lined up, and I'll just go ahead and move that back on over so you can get a better view of them with some light there. As you can tell, very intricate. Here's a really good look. And then again, they have Spirit as well, and I think they have a couple of miscellaneous colors. And I love that about Tiny Tugs is you can really get whatever color you want. I was very close to getting teal in the catering trucks, but I thought for Allegiant, United, and Southwest and some of the other carriers, blue was a pretty universal color, and it does look like a really nice blue, to be honest. So yeah, that's going to turn out really well. And then same for the ramps. You know, the green's going to be for Frontier at Great Plains is what I'm going to use some of those on. So that's what you can expect there. And then the blue, of course, is going to be Destin, and 4 should be a really good number. So it's really going to bring some realism to the display. So Tiny Tugs is absolutely awesome. Again, use code CMAviation for 10% off any order. They have the eBay store, and they're also going to have a website launching soon. So stay tuned for that. And there'll be more Tiny Tugs videos coming soon. We're going to go into a more in-depth analysis on the lav truck, and I'm also going to get some more belt loaders and other particular items as well. So this was the initial order here from Tiny Tugs, and as you can tell, it was definitely a huge success. It is just as good as it looks in the pictures. I'm super impressed with the intricate details, and I'm a huge fan of what Tiny Tugs is doing. It's absolutely awesome. Tiny Tugs, thank you so much for making this a reality. Your products are absolutely amazing, and this is going to look so good in Great Plains and model airports. And you know, there's some game changers here, like this pushback tug. This is probably the most convenient one I have, and you'll be seeing those flooding into my various airport updates on all my airports. These ramps are very detailed, and you're definitely going to see them destined to represent realism, but also at Coral Sea and New Forest and all the places to, you know, amp it up a little bit, right? And these low-cost carriers love this ramp design. So Tiny Tugs, thank you so much for designing all this. The product is absolutely amazing, and definitely go check them out. Absolutely impressive, really cool detail, and I'm very appreciative of what Tiny Tugs is doing as we speak today. With that being said, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do you love and love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.